what becomes the ban strategy for One Trick explicitly, Sweet? Because we've seen teams try to ban out specific members and it not work. We've seen them try to ban away the OPs and those niche picks happen. Is there some sort of viable strategy to creating a more advantageous position post-ban phase?
Against a team like Allegiant has such a deep hero pool. We've seen Rocker play almost every ADC, Joker side lane. I mean, this guy can play almost every hero super well. The strategy then turns to just ban what you know and ban what you don't play well. So One Trick needs to focus on themselves, ban away the heroes that they don't play so they don't get them and they're not as good, and make sure to keep all of their power picks open and put their team on a composition that they are super comfortable executing.
All right, hear me out. Don't ban any heroes. Leave every strong hero up and let's just have some.
Well, you definitely need to ban Superman.
Yes, okay, ban Superman maybe because you're not
6
first pick.
Superman bans?
Yeah. Don't ban anything. Mind game them. Mind game them from the start. Or just try and deny the heroes that you think are the strongest and hope for the best. I feel like at this stage, that's really all you can do here. Clearly some targeted bans coming out from Allegiance and Teamy. Not something that Rest plays as much. So just getting that off the board as well. I think it's a smart pick there.
Yeah, you're gonna ban Murad. Wow.
Because NA is
Murad getting banned.
Well, NA is sort of like in the hype phase of.
So Malik is open.
Yeah.
Malik is available. He just was released yesterday. And that's a first pick worthy. Now Zenio's open, Wonder Woman's open, Ryoma is open. They may opt for Ryoma, Wonder Woman here. Oh, they're gonna go for Omen instead and Wonder Woman. Wow.
I mean, clearly he's favoring the Omen a little bit more in that solo, but Zenio Ryoma, potentially. I mean, or Alice, yeah, that makes more sense because they already have their kind of side laners here, so that you can put Ryoma in the position, but I think this is fair. I'm kind of surprised. We haven't seen the Ryoma love as much as I was sort of expecting to.
Yeah, Ryoma is still open. Violet is still open. I doubt Ryoma will be picked up here unless they want to run a jungle Ryoma that Zelf actually plays. But it's a little risky, or maybe they'll do a Violet or an ADC. So they're actually going to run the jungle Ryoma, which is a comp. Like, I'm fine with that because they play it really well. So pick your comfort pick. Pick your best heroes because that's going to give you the best chance to upset Allegiance.
And interesting here, going for that Preda sort of instantly here over the Tulin. Sleepy is going to be just fine with that. And then looks like Rocker, considering that Lindis, I mean, we've seen the Slims here too, and with the Zenio with the Alice, I'm kind of surprised we're not seeing the Slims here because that triple stun combo is dirty.
Just as we say that, that disregards our entire points because I was going to say the Lindis early game to an extent can kind of help counteract some of the aggression that you're going to see Bruticus kind of try to pull out. The Lombard being the final pick. Now, 2 strong compositions. I want to talk a little bit about Preda because Preda has been a hero like Alice that started not as popular, then with the focus towards the mid-mage bans, has started to find more prowess, and now, believe it or not, as we have found statistically, has been slowly being picked more and has found more priority as members like a L'Oreal or a Tulin. Why do you feel that is, Sweet, becoming a factor?
Yeah, because Preda is a higher skill cap hero than L'Oreal. L'Oreal really shines with her blink, and that's auto skill shot, right? Preda, there's 2 skill shots on her kit. You have to charge it up. You have to time properly. You have to understand his kit. When he uses his ultimate, he then refreshes both his A and B ability, Poison Gas Bomb and a Plague Spectre. So the higher skill cap that these heroes are played, the better they are played. Like Alice is another hero that's pretty high skill cap as well compared to other supports. And when these players get much better and the region develops competitively, you see these higher skill cap heroes really shine.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it here too, and also the fact that you can use him in different ways. L'Oreal has a very set play style, whereas I feel like Preda, in the hands of the right team, has more uses, whether it be pushing, whether it be finding those initiations with a poke to start the fights, whether it be high ground defense, whether it be sieging into the opposing team. There's just a lot of things that he does well. And again, in the hands of a great player on a solid squad, there's a reason he's seeing so much play.
Well, let's check in with Twitch chat. One Trick with the 58% over 42. That draft phase may be becoming a little bit of a factor. We're going to have to wait and see because, ladies and gentlemen, week number 4 for the Valor series in North America, the semifinals have descended upon us. Allegiance stands at the top, looking down at One Trick, and One Trick looking to climb, and fights aplenty already.
Already starting off, forced to burn the heel. Rest is the target. Zelf stepping forward, and Valor there on the flank, trying to get him out of here. Sleepy is in deep, real deep. Sleepy with the injure. The follow-up, this cleave from KO is there. Valor, though, with the counter initiation, does end up finding Rest there as well. And what a back and forth to already start this game. They don't even want to let us finish the intro.
Yeah, Sleepy just going in there so hard. But One-Trick being the more aggressive and decisive team there with that invasion, and it almost worked out in their favor, but Sleepy goes in there and does so much AoE damage, and then Malik KO gets a huge cleave that secures a kill. And this is why Malik is so strong in that early game. He can fend off an early game invasion like that because of his AoE damage and the amount of true damage that comes from his cleave just in level 1.
Yeah, that's really something to watch for here, as we do see dual spirals and always green going in, keeping the pressure in here onto the jungle, wanting to make sure that MTS doesn't feel too safe up here in this top lane. And we do have the Alice rotations coming through. What this is really going to be, how rest positions around the river is not something I think we talk about enough, but it's sort of like the trademark of his support play. He's basically a mobile ward for his team.
Yeah, he definitely is, and his positioning is just perfect in terms of getting into a brush, getting into river. Rest is really good at securing lane dominance and river dominance, and that's going to give his team the heads up and being able to get into the river first before the enemy team can rotate, and then getting really good ganks off the enemy team.
And they're rotating right now onto the Spirit Sentinel here, just going to be able to pick that up to start this off, and then having the shield to get them out of there. The friendship is there, a nice stun, the counter stun going in. Look at the damage, the ult from Moore, and Rocker already doing a lot of work with the Spectral Ire, though, in return. This, oh, nice dodge coming in there as well. That Sunshine not going to connect there. That could have been huge. That could have been a kill right there onto that Omen.
Yeah, that's what Morn wants to do. Morn wants to stay in the fight and get up his passive stacks, which gives him more life steal the more he stacks. And that's what Zenio and Malik is really good with Morn here. Zenio can protect him. Malik can then CC anyone that wants to get on top of him. And Rocker can just stay in these fights. And look at MTS winning the trade against Bruticus, who's on an Omen.
That is not really something that we should be seeing here, but MTS is just such a dominant laner there. We saw him not in one of the matches on Wednesday, and then he came back in and just did absolute work for his squad in that second game. It was impressive to watch, and we're seeing it here once again. Sleepy actually burning the Endure a little bit earlier there, maybe. He's going to get himself out of that situation, though. So this is really going to come down to these side lanes. You have Zenio Malik. We've seen this already today, this combo having such great effect here. So let's see how NA pulls it out here, because, of course, this is the first time we're seeing Malik here at NA.
Yeah, this is the first time, but these teams are no stranger to Malik. And so far, KO is playing Malik exactly how he is played. And you can see here that they're going to let Rocker farm up. You know, Ryoma has that early game. They got to win the early game with Ryoma here. You know, Zelf is a very capable Ryoma. And as a result, if they don't win this early game and they let Allegiance scale, you know, it's going to be really tough for them to close out the late game. But One-Trick here, they can't let Allegiance. I mean, they're doing a good job not losing the early game against Allegiance, but they can't let Allegiance scale because their comp isn't as strong in the late game.
Yeah, for sure. They need to do more than not lose. They need to go ahead. They need to come out of this early game in a dominant fashion. And Valor now is the target, as we do have that Angelic Splendor coming in. That is the one we're going to follow. The follow-up is there onto the Ryoma. That ult from KO. Shock and awe coming in from Allegiance. And that is 2 quick kills in the mid lane.
Oh my god, that was such a great kill by Sleepy there, getting the kill on Wonder Woman. And look at Bruticus, he's by himself, or he's able to Death Embrace on Rocker, but Rocker's able to get on. Look at the lifesteal he just gets. Morn is stacking up, and he's going to be able to close down and finish off. And then look at Rocker, just continuing to farm and getting so ahead.
The kills aren't even over, and he's like, I need my stacks, guys. Let's get these minions going. That's exactly what he was doing there. And all the while, KO was just down here split pushing. And that just goes to show the additional speed. I think this is one of the things that makes... obviously, Alice is good, and rest on Alice is all, but it's what his team could do with the speed boost. It's their ability to reposition so quickly in fights, updating them on these cooldowns, knowing that when they need that shield, when they need that boost, Rest has got it there for them. So it's just allowing his team to further make these plays.
Yeah, and Rocker is look how ahead he is. Level 8 versus Zelf's level 7, but he's getting so fed. He's constantly farming. He has 2.5k over Ryoma's 2.2k. So he's slowly getting the huge lead here. And look at Runner Bear goes in, but is he able to secure down Rocky? He's not.
Yeah, Rocker does get the blue buff. Nice dodge there going in, always green on the flank, but Zelf is going to look to come in here with the Wailing Blade as he's trying to split the fight. Valor is getting low as well. And we have Rest and Rocker going up against Zelf in the back here. They're able to secure the kill in the mid, and that is the onslaught coming in as they push this down, fighting on multiple fronts. Allegiance looking so strong here. Bruticus is going to look to join the fray. Can he get something here? But no, this is a trap being laid, and he did not fall for it. Nicely done as they're pushing it onto the mid.
Yeah, they're going to get a tower. Zelf went in there against Rocker. He should have just kept fighting. He should have kept fighting. And look at that, almost killing them. Sleepy being so aggressive on this 2-lane here.
Sleepy, one of the best mid-mage players in North America, and showing why he feels so confident on this 2-lane. Again, this team, we talked about toting the line, the idea that they live exactly on the edge of how far they can go. As we like, this should be an aggressive play coming in here, but they're going to try and make it work, and it is now up to One Trick to try and punish them for it. But look at this, 2v4, they are standing strong through this, going to dodge that Plague Spectre as well. And now KO and Sleepy, these guys have played together so much, they're feeling so confident in this aggressive stance.
They're playing so scared. It was 2v4, and One Trick was backing off when they had that numbers. And look at that combo, the next storm into the Impact Barrage. Stunning dual spiral was in place there, forcing him to use his ultimate to then get the speed boost to get out. And really good play by Rocker so far.
Oh yeah, and really good play from the rest of the side of Allegiance as they push in here. Of course, Rocker able to knock him back into his ult, get that stun, lay so much damage into Preda there in the mid, and now Rocker's just going off. He's already left the jungle. He's already just going right in. And again, this is what makes Rocker such a dangerous jungle player, as he's not a passive sit back. The times that he comes out of the jungles, the times that he stopped farming, they accomplish something 100% of the time. It is now up to One Trick. The onus is on them. They need to shut down Allegiance, because Allegiance isn't just going to make mistakes on their own.
Yeah, they got a stun with Ryoma, and then follow up with Wonder Woman engaging, then getting her Braces of Submission, AoE stun, and then Preda, landing 2 Plague Specters, and then landing Poison Gas Bombs, slowing that opponent down, and then eventually stunning them. When Preda is in the Temple of the Plague form, the Poison Gas Bomb becomes a stun. They have 5 CC, 5 people with CC, so they have a chance to get back in this. But One Trick just needs to execute their composition. Lumber also, I didn't even mention Lumber's Earth Splitter. That's AoE stun. They have so much CC, so they can turn this fight around if they get a good pick and delete Rocker or Sleepy, for example.
And always Green, always on Lumber here could also be his name, because he plays this hero a lot and does so very well. He is a strong support player in his own right here, but the Abyssal Dragon, falls, and that's great. But, oh wait! MTS just sniped the Abyssal Dragon. Hang on, and he gets out.
Oh my goodness! What just happened?
I was gonna make this whole
happen. They didn't. They had stuns. They could have canceled his ultimate. I don't know why they didn't cancel his ultimate, and they could have got a kill in MTS there.
So I was gonna make this whole thing about how, One Trick, they get the dragon that's great for them. Oh, but Allegiance gets the Dark Slayer. No, can't even say that. Okay, Zelf. Okay, Zelf, that's fine. Rocker. Okay, Rocker is just going off. There's a reason he likes this more, and they're pushing in onto the core. It is 8 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. This is multiple high ground towers going to fall. This is the ult going in the back. KO and crew. The Cleave dual spirals getting the Bruticus. Sleepy is there. Everybody there diving the core. The Earth Splitter connecting onto every member of the Plague Spectre, but it is just not enough damage. They just did not hit hard enough. The stuns, the follow-up. That is the ult coming in from Zennial as well.
Goodness.
And this is going to be total domination coming in from Allegiance here in game number 1 as they are pushing in onto the core with impunity. This is going to be One Trick force back. This is going to be the first game over, and this is going to be Allegiance with the win.
It took less than 9 minutes for Allegiance to open up the wound, take out the heart of One Trick, and secure themselves a victory. That was a very...
Oof.
What is this, Temple of Doom?
Very visual.
Indiana Jones is coming. No, actually. But for real, Allegiance walks away with the Game 1 victory. At the end of the day, it was, well, at the end of this specific game, there wasn't a move that Allegiance make that was not with an absolute form of destructive purpose.
Yeah, I mean, they played it safe in the first invade. They won the counter invade. One Trick played really decisive, but they needed to keep up that pressure. You have Ryoma jungle. The whole reason why you play and pick Ryoma jungle is you win the early game. You invade the opponent jungle. Morin is weak in the early game. The thing about his kit, it doesn't really do much. He can't really do anything if you invade him. He's just literally dead meat. He's a dead dwarf in the jungle. So you gotta invade and shut down Morin, or else he gets fed, like how Rocker gets fed on Morin all the time.
This post-game analysis just got really dark.
Yeah. I'm still getting an absolute form of objective dominance. Like, okay, all right, this is where we are now at this stage. So I was kind of hoping for a closer game, TBH. But no, Allegiance was like, nah, normally we need to ramp up. And normally, we start slow and then we get better, but we still win. And they were just like, no, we're just going We're just going to roll.
It was definitely a piece of Allegiance dominance, and we're going to get to see a hint of that. The little replay that we've got here, and
look at that. He charges his shield up, jumps in, pops the shield, gets the damage on everybody, and then just gets out to save. Oh, they use everything on him.
And he still
That's
lives.
why. And he still lives, and he just then ults out to safety because they cannot cancel his ultimate. And that's why he gets out. They should have saved their abilities. He can't run anyways. Wait until he ults and then stun him out of it. Wow, that's how he got out.
They were so far behind in farm, they used everything they had, and he took like 20%.
You stole my dragon!
Yeah.
That's basically what happened.
Oh yeah, well, because again, I was so ready to make this whole big point about great, they got a dragon, that's awesome, but they gave up a Darkslayer, and then they didn't even get the dragon.
Yeah, one trick went nuts. They popped every single ultimate.
That's pop
They
champ
wasted
right there.
everything on him, and Zeno was like, "I am the angel," and just flies away.
I liked your voiceover of "I am the angel," something of the effect. But before we get into our next game of the first semifinal, we've got another awesome thing to share with you. And what is that? Yet another giveaway. But in this time, we have to, cover all of our bases. We've done phones. We've had caster opportunities. You have a chance to play. How about now a chance to make your play better with an Arcana giveaway? I'm going to throw it over to Sweej. He's going to illustrate and show you the step-by-step. It's not every day you get a step-by-step of what to do from the masterful Sweej himself. Lay it on us.
Yeah, this is really hard for me to do, guys. Just kidding. You're going down to the gift icon right there. You're going to hit that icon, and then you're going to see a tab for announcements. So you're going to hit up the announcements right up here, and then it's going to go down to you're going to see the lovely redemption code center. That's where you guys want to go. And then from there, life is easy. You just follow the instructions. It literally says go. You click go, and you're going to be able to enter this code that gives you guys an even chance of winning Arcana level 1, 2, and 3. So if you get that level 3 Arcana, you got that early game advantage. Arcana, you can stack attack speed to rotate faster in jungle. You can stack armor for your tank so that you can then invade even harder. You can stack lifesteal, crit. There's so many things that can stack that gives you that early game advantage.
If you build full tier 3 lifesteal, you could actually go in with like 20% lifesteal base.
Wow.
Which is kind of silly, but you know what? You guys should redeem those codes. The first 25 in EU and the first 25 in NA will secure that, but of course they are locked to those regions. So make sure that you only try and submit the code for your region. Don't be greedy.
Don't be greedy.
Because it just won't work.
No, it just won't work.
Just won't work.
EU only works for EU, NA only for NA. So make sure you take to the phones, put in those codes. But if you're putting in the codes and by some fluke of a chance you didn't win this time, we are going to be doing more of these giveaways throughout the rest of the North American bracket. Of course, our lovely developers of Arena of Valor Tencent wants to give everybody some fun for the party, but we want to go back into the party. We took ourselves a little bit of a breather, so let's get back into semifinal number 1. Game number 2, Allegiance rolled in that first game. What are they going to have to change here? One trick, Sweej, what's going to have to happen?
They're going to have to get Superman and win with the Man of Steel. So let's see. Priya has been banned here. And that's an interesting ban from the side of Legion. They're gonna actually make everything open.
Pura. Yeah, she's
Pura, there you go.
Yeah. She's OP.
Yeah,
she's low-key OP.
She got the AoE heal.
We need to have a conversation about the amount of times you can use these 2018 shorthands. We've got TVH, we've got OPOP. Now you're throwing Poggers and PogChamp into it. It's I
have to connect.
I know it's a long day.
With the people.
I know it's a long day, but we're devolvement.
It's fine. It's fine. So, One Trick needs to come out with a One Trick. They need to cheese. They need to find the pocket strat. They need to find the thing we've never seen.
Malik. There we go. Pick up that Malik, that strong early game hero.
Wombo
the
combo.
Demon Lord himself that actually Omen serves.
There you go.
Yeah.
Lore.
There we go.
Proud of
Zinio is here on the map, along with Max. Two heroes that are hugely countered by Omen here, so they can pick up an Omen here on the side lane to counter the AOG pick here.
I think that would be solid, and there is also some fun synergy there as well. If you can lock somebody in place, then hit them with the shock. They're not only are they not going anywhere, they're also stunned, so that's a lot of fun to deal with. Though we have actually seen the odd Max outlane an Omen, but wow, we are going hard into the side lanes. We're going to see the Ryoma in the jungle once more for Zelf, though it didn't quite go as hot for him in game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of his best heroes, so you should stick on to it. But they got to win early game. They got some super strong early game there with Malik and Ryoma there that can easily push out whatever jungler they want to pick. Tulin is just a really strong mid-mage, and Sleepy's going to go with L'Oreal, actually, instead of a Tulin.
Interesting here. So I guess this is kind of Sleepy just wanting to... If I had to guess, it's literally Sleepy just wanting to try some different stuff. Just doesn't want to play Tulin all day. He wants to show that he can do work on different heroes. Actually, Tulin not going to be picked up here for either side, it looks like. Interesting.
I like the frontline decisions that you have coming out of OneTrick with well, I'm telling you what, there's these timers, they get us. The caster's curse is real, trying to get ourselves some sort of
Walker's
analysis.
not picking more, and watch him play something way off meta.
Think so?
Yeah, maybe Wisp.
Now,
switch it up.
Now, a downside that we have seen with Allegiance in previous weeks is, despite the fact that they haven't dropped the game in quite a long time, they aren't scared to go. They aren't scared to continue to play as close to the meta as possible because they want to make sure that they keep that perfect streak alive. Now, yes, you were correct. He's swapped off of the Morn, but he's still in just as capable of a hero in that Violet.
Yeah, Violet's really weak. What are you guys talking about? Just kidding.
I mean, she's sort of fallen off a little bit as people learned how to deal with her. They learned when she's strong. I think Morn, especially the way Rocker plays, actually is stronger in the early game. I actually think he's not going to quite get as much value out of the Violet, but we'll see. It's going to be a big X factor here. I feel like, all things considered, like I feel like Rocker's one of those players that, like, if he's doing something right, you won't know he's doing anything at all because everybody else is just doing work and he's just low key, just like chugging away in the back, just actually killing everything. Everybody else is making big flashy plays and he's just like, we're just doing our thing. Like my morning, yeah.
Yeah, just little,
just chugging away.
The shoulder bounce up and down.
It's important.
It is. He's running. He's
gunning.
You gotta get that aura thing that every time he gets that 4 stack, it's like this little.
I need to go.
There you go.
Super Saiyan.
Look,
Perfect.
regional finals, more in cosplay.
Perfect.
There you go. That's all you need. You can open up a Patreon or something like that and have.
I'll learn to
You're
grow.
Irish too.
I'll learn to grow a beard.
You can do an accent.
I can't. He's not. Is he?
I don't know if he's Irish, but
I don't think he is. Dwarves normally are. Anyway, we're getting off topic.
I was about to say we're going places.
We're going places.
Hey, you want to cosplay? This is awesome. I don't know. Do you want him to cosplay? Let us know. Use the hashtag Valor Series. Go on Twitter. If there's enough support, I'm going to track it. I'm going to follow it, and we'll see if we can actually make this happen. But in the meanwhile, let's get right down to it. Game number 2 of our first semifinal for the day. Allegiance is up 1-0, 1 win away from another finals appearance.
Another appearance in the finals is what they are aiming for. And it is up to OneTrick to stop that as best they can. But already, the denial. That was a firm but gentle but firm no from Allegiance on that invade there.
Yeah, when Malik misses his cleave like that, that is his win condition. You have to just back off because when his weapon lands, his ability lands, the weapon gets enchanted, and then his normal attacks deal true damage, and that's when he just gets in your face and keeps normal attacking with all that true damage. And look at this, they get Sleepy and get first blood. Well done, OneTrick.
That was actually huge. That timing from the mid there.
Wow.
Nice. Okay, the 4-man stun. Tulin actually came in there, sniped out the blue buff, and then proceeded to get all his kills, just not quite having the damage there. The not overcommitting was Allegiance there, and they maybe should have sent one more body in to help in that situation, but opted to just send Violet back to farm instead. There's nothing wrong with that. However, they do give up a kill and almost a 1K lead to start this game. That was a very quick 1K gold.
Yeah, this is looking good for OneTrick, and they have to just maintain this lead, get some more ganks. They're gonna get level 4 first, usually have more damage items. Abuse that. Continue to take and punish objectives. They're giving the birds over, which shows who has map dominance, who has map control, who doesn't. But the objectives are spawning soon. Get that Spirit Sentinel, rush it, then get the Abyssal Dragon. Stack up your advantage and push it.
That is exactly what they're going to look to do right now as we see KO coming down to add this additional support as the side of OneTrick is going in here towards the Abyssal Dragon. Look at the damage they are already starting to do here. They just chunked that thing down so fast. Oh my, not even an opportunity for Allegiance. That was wow, that was crazy. Big committal though for the side of OneTrick as they're going and committing all these resources. Oh, that is huge. The sun's actually not going to connect there on ALG Rocket. The whole team is chasing them in, but have they gone too far as MTS is going to join on this? Self is the target. They have the Ryoma in the back. He's going to try and get out. No, the pinwheel's not enough, and that was always Green overstepping the damage. Sleepy is there as well. Rocker living by a scrap of HP. Now it is Valor who is the target. Rest is going to try and get out one more out of the stun. The follow-up, the damage is there. Taunting him.
MTS literally ulted when he was next to Malik. That was pretty hilarious to watch. However, the Malik, he needed to land his ultimate. When Valor missed the ultimate, they needed to back off. There's no reason to fight. You missed your win condition. Don't chase into a lost cause. You're just going to basically snowball yourself. And that's the key with a lot of teams. You have to understand that if you miss an ability or you don't land a key ultimate, then the fight is normally not going to go in your favor, and you just got to back off and just don't put more effort into a lost cause.
Yeah, you've already spent your resources, and in the end, ooh, that is a huge factor in a lot of these fights, is what you have at your disposal. Nice little escape. They're not having the key lockdown that they needed there. Good job there from the Omen to be able to extricate himself from that situation. Bruticus is going to be able to reset himself here in the lane, and now MTS is going to also survive the aggression here, but it is now Allegiance saying, hey, we just want to post up, get this tower, and make this a little bit easier for Zenial moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the good news is Valor is winning his lane against the Max. However, because the top lane is lost, that's going to give a nice lead of gold over to the side of Allegiance, and now they can invade the blue side of the jungle there. And look at this gank on MTS. They might be able to get the kill, but Zenial comes just in time.
Oh no, Valor is there. They do end up trading, so that was something there at least. And KO is now rotated down, which means Omen is actually free in the lane. This might actually be not a bad little trade here for the side of OneTrick as they force Zenial out. However, he is just going to now soak this lane, and Violet can rotate at the top. So it's not actually the end of the world. Allegiance is going to be in a position here. However, OneTrick is now positioned around this Abyssal Dragon, and they will have the potential, however, a really great pull there from the side of Allegiance to sort of reset this objective.
Yeah, look at Rocker there doing so much damage. Bruticus is trying to sacrifice himself and get that tower, but he does not do it because the wave is cleared. And once the wave is cleared, guys, the tower has percentage damage reduction, which is much harder to take.
It is indeed. And once again, we see a sick dragon snipe coming in here. KO, he's got that timing down pat, as we do have a beautiful Endure there from Sleepy, dodging out all the spectral ire from Zelf, but it is still not enough. It's a nice stun. The follow-up is there, and then is Zelf going to look to try and secure the kill onto Rest, who's trying to run away, and actually missing the stun there is Rest.
No.
But
oh, he does land it. He missed the ultimate, but he does get that one all attack, getting the kill on Rest. And this is just a messy fight, back and forth, back and forth. Rest, I mean, Sleepy tried to do his best, but was killed. Oh, Rocker misses that, and look at that. Wow, taking 4 shots from the tower.
I mean, hey, you know, you do what you got to do. You secure these kills. That's what he ended up doing there in the end. And Rocker came in, secured that. They're pushing forward now, ALG. However, 9 kills to 4. OneTrick definitely looking a lot stronger here in this game. Sloppy, I think, is definitely the word here. Both teams are just brawling in this situation. Allegiance is definitely looking a little less organized than we've seen them here in the past. However, it is OneTrick still holding their own against the veteran squad.
Yeah, OneTrick is doing much better this game. And again, they just need to combo and land their abilities. And that's something that, like, the Malik Valor needs to land, Lumber needs to land his ultimate. They got to combo it and basically stair-step it. You know, don't use the abilities at all at the same time. And Valor is going to get caught up here. Can he get saved? His ult's going to land, get hit on KO, but can he kill him?
That's the question, as we do have Max joining the fray, and that is going to be an overstep here. Rejoining now is KO. He's going to have the ult there, and Zelf, nice dodge there onto the Malleus, but it's not quite enough now. Always Green trying to step forward, trying to keep himself alive, trying to keep his teammates alive, and will be able to accomplish one of those goals. However, his teammates do pay the price.
Yeah, and that, as a result of getting 2 kills there, Allegiance will be able to take the bot tower and continue to push their lead.
But they're trading. Omen taking a tower up in the top there as well. Small victories now for the side of OneTrick, as Bruticus is going to continue to push this in. This is the power of the Omen in the split push position. This is how we know this hero so very well. As you do have Rocker down here in the bottom, they're able to pick up another, do some decent picks there in the jungle. Bruticus taking 2 towers during that, so that's quite nice for them. Valor now is in a rough spot as Rocker's trying to secure this kill. One more up. Just survive the tower shots. That's huge. Sleepy is in real deep. Nicely done there. The dodge there once again. The Earth Splitter is not going to connect to a spiral, since Zelf are going to look to go in on this as well, but a nice stun. The follow-up, the disengage, the re-engage though, coming out in from MTS. They're trying to find Zelf, and that is going to be a very little here, but the lifesteal is there. MTS going to try and secure this, and no, it's going to fall. Beautiful play from Zelf, surviving the Spectral Ire. That was so close.
Yeah, that was crazy, the abilities there. And he was so close to getting a kill, but unfortunately, MTS, you took a tower shot from the high ground tower. And look at Allegiance playing. They are playing with no fear. They're just going in. Even when they're low, it looks like they're running away, and they completely counter-engage because Alex used Friendship. Her shield is up. And then Bruticus might be able to win this 1v1 against KO because normally Omen is able to win, but it looks like KO is going to win this because he's in lead.
He is. One more auto. There it is. And there we go. The Abyssal Dragon is now the focus here. We have all the spell, everything coming in there, and that is Rocker going to drop. You put the shotgun there, you put the Earth Splitter, and that is That's just too much to deal with, I should say, as now MTS is walking into the entire opposing team, and that's just fine for him, as he's going to do a lot of work here splitting up this fight. Valor and crew are getting so very low, always green in full retreat. Sleepy all the while stacking up the damage. Now Valor is going to fall here, and that is just a Legion strictly outplaying their foes.
Yeah, Sleepy playing so well on that L'Oreal. Nice smite, getting so much value and so much AoE damage, landing all of those wheels that she pushes out on her first ability, and then the blinks all over the place, doing so much damage. They got to be careful because L'Oreal late game is so good in this composition.
It is indeed, but hey, small victories here for OneTrick. Gonna use that embrace there to just keep KO from running away. Gonna get the kill there onto that Zenial. So OneTrick at least is kind of holding their footing. 16 kills to 8. Only a 3.5K gold lead. Things could be worse for the side of OneTrick. They have taken some towers. They've done a pretty decent job here, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, look at this. Bruticus is going to get rotated on, and they need to do this because Bruticus likes to go by himself and get these towers, and he's done a good job taking 2 on 2 towers, but that's going to be end of his lane pushing life there.
It is, but space created. They are getting a value down there in the bottom lane as Valor and Self are going to trade here for a tower, so go ahead, getting something on the map at least, and forcing the 4-man rotation, forcing them to chase him across the map. I mean, Benny Hill music, there it is. And now you see the side of Allegiance in a position now where they have a lot of options, and looks like the choice they're going to make is Darkslayer. This is a bit of a bold choice, but considering the positioning of OneTrick, I think this is totally fine.
Yeah, this is. They know where OneTrick is for the most part, and OneTrick's not going to be able to rotate in time, though. They are going through the jungle and trying to check on the Darkslayer, but it's too late for them. And now this is a huge power spike for the side of Allegiance to now end the game with this push.
Interesting. MTS actually used the liftoff there to scout where OneTrick was to make sure they could do that and sort of maybe scare them back a little bit here. I think it was a really solid little play there, moving into the mid, actually threw it out there, got himself out onto the map. Of course, you can cancel that ability. You actually are able to sort of just use it as a way to get yourself a bit of a fast travel as you were to get around here on the battlefield. So now it is Allegiance knocking on the door of OneTrick. How does OneTrick respond to this?
Yeah, they got to clear this wave as soon as possible. So with the Siege Main, they got to take their Siege Main out because that Siege Main has the most health and can look at the damage that Vi is doing, and they get on the side of Rocker here. But he is not surviving that fight, and he falls.
That is the Wombo combo, but the heals are there. This is OneTrick taking this fight. A beautiful flank and initiation coming in from Bruticus, finding the Death's Embrace onto Violet. That was exactly what they needed to do, deleting that crucial hero, and then the full Wombo. We saw that amazing shot coming in. We saw the Earth Splitter, all the CC lining up. That is what OneTrick needed to do. That was a beautiful flank set up by Bruticus.
Yeah, such a good flank. Rocker was on a position where the bush was. They came out of the bush, landed all their CC. Valor on Malik landed his shock, and that really secured the kill, and Rocker had no chance of living. And then they just clean up. But now, Rocker's starting to tie on them and doing, look at the burst damage coming from Violet here. Zenial comes into play, and looks like they're going to be able to clean up this kill and just counter-engage against a lost fight.
Oh no, OneTrick thinking they had that. They're going to push in towards the high ground tower. A beautiful push lined up for them, running it all the way down mid. And then Rocker spawns, and then bad things happened.
Yeah, and that's why they have to kill Rocker. So they won that fight decisively. They had it, but now they had all these kills over, and as a result, they didn't get anything out of it. They didn't get a tower, actually. And Allegiance comes out ahead on this trade.
Yeah, seriously, Allegiance is like, I have Anakin, I have the high ground, you know, don't do this as they start to reset right now. Bruticus is going in, he's going to find the Death Embrace, but it is KO though, and that's the nice shock, the mass knockup. Rocker though is just standing strong through all of this. Bruticus is now the target as they're shredding the high ground towers while Sleepy is taking a lot of damage from the cleave, the true damage, the stun, the follow-up, and Sleepy, nice dodge there as well. Is MTS splitting the fight as best he can, but it is them starting to get quite low. A nice turn there, OneTrick with a beautiful bit of posturing there. They did lose the high ground tower, but they were able to recover some kills.
Yeah, that was such a good hissy fit positioning right on the tower there. Allowed Allegiance to get that tower, but then we saw Omen get the kill on KO. And as soon as he got that, Allegiance had to back off and retreat there. So right now, what OneTrick needs to do is use this numbers advantage here and try to trade towers, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, and look at this. I mean, we see this massive minion wave here pushing in on the Dragon side, so this is huge. They need to utilize these catapults, but it is going to be the side of Allegiance trying to knock those down, not let them even approach. There's the hissy fit, the stun, the follow-up, dual spirals is the target. The heal's not going to be enough. He's always screen engaging the background, the follow-up, the Wrath is there. Risk could be the target as well. Himself is trying to back out, and it is KO chasing him down through this. Rest, though, is trying to survive. The Earth Splitter connecting onto all the members of the side of Allegiance, but it is going to be Valor and crew who are getting just chunked down because they haven't dealt with Sleepy. They haven't dealt with Rocker, and you need to do those if you're going to win these fights.
Yeah, but you can't if Rest is setting up these plays. He had a hissy fit, and then he used his Sunshine stun right on the Malik. He had no chance there and had to use his ult immediately to survive. And the plays that are happening because of these huge ultimates from the side of Res. And Bruticus is trying to clear a wave here because he knows that the wave hits to the core. They have no chance of surviving. And now looks like it's going to be GG for the side of Legions.
Yeah, the minions are pushing in here. The core is going to be the target, and watch how fast it falls. That is going to be it. That is going to be game number 2 going the way of Allegiance. They will take this semifinal and advance once again to the grand finals.